You got to trust the artistry of God, that he knows exactly when he needs to use broad strokes, when he needs to use smaller detail brushes, when he needs to put highlight, when he needs to focus on the background. God knows exactly what he's doing in our life and with our life. We have to trust him, even for what we don't know. So when Paul says it's made manifest by the appearing of our Savior, it's revealed, God's eternal purpose is revealed, the clearer we can see Jesus, the more reveal we have of God's plan for our life. So make sure I'm getting this across to you. When Jesus becomes more visible in your view for what you and I can see, when we can get self out of the way, when we can get our personal aspirations and ambitions out of the way, when we begin to see more of Christ, our view, our clarity, our ability to see clearly improves. The appearance of Jesus reveals the bigger picture, what it is God's trying to do in our life. So Paul goes on to say, he who abolished death and has brought life and immortality to light. So watch this. The abolishment of death and the immortality of light were always present. The abolishment of death and immortality were always present, but now they're brought to light. Look at what it says. It's brought to light that God has destroyed death and has given us immortality. Immortality, everlasting, that which cannot be destroyed, that which cannot diminish in quality or in value. As we see the bigger picture, when Jesus becomes more visible, more identifiable in our own view, when we can see more of him, less of us, then when we start to see the big picture, we discover that God has abolished death. He has destroyed the power of death working against us. And he has given us immortality. He is allowing life to be established in us eternally. Now, this is what's important, and we're going to share more about this point in our next program, but I want to just throw this in here concerning how God has abolished the work of death. We told you a few weeks ago that everything that God is doing right now is all about life, preserving life, protecting life, providing life for us. Because that's his focus, some of us, we haven't been able to see, we haven't been able to understand, we couldn't recognize, what God was doing. We've gone through some painful challenges, painful seasons. We've gone through stages where we're confused about, what God's true intentions might be in our life because of our own personal suffering, because of the things that we may have lost, the things that we may have released, having to make transition, to move, to navigate, to move outside of our comfort zone, to find ourselves moving because God's direction is moving in our life, and we have to find our place.